Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Unhuman. Hour and 30-minute film. It's a good weeknight film. And it's about a bunch of kids who get in a bus accident. And then they're chased, and then their relationships are tested because they are being chased by some evil forces. I don't know. I don't recognize anybody in it. This is interesting. 4.2 on IMDb. But 999 people have rated it so far, so or reviewed it, rated it, whatever. Yeah, I guess rated it. So hopefully I'll be number 1,000. So let me get into it, find out what it's about, give you a better idea, let you know if it's worth watching. Like I said, I don't know anybody in it, so we'll see. Stick around, I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Unhuman, no check-in, short film. You really didn't need it. I think they did a good job of explaining essentially what it was about. Now I have to say, there was one character, I think her name is Brianne Teju maybe? Brianne Teju. She was on the TV series, I guess it's called, or the I Know What You Did Last Summer. Not the Freddie Prinze Jr. One, but there was a TV series on Amazon Prime. She was in that. I recognize her. Other than that, I didn't really recognize anybody else. There are about 4 or 5 weeks later, there's more to this, so I'm going to pause it. Anyway, it starts off as basically a zombie movie, like we've seen every other time, and regarding high school kids from different packs, right? So you have the jocks, the nerds. I'm mislabeling them, but you know what I mean. The cheerleaders, the blah blah blah, the you know what I mean. The individualists, the whatever you're gonna call them. Jocks and nerds is the most common, but you get it. From all different walks of life in high school, the bullies and the people who get bullied, and this zombie attack starts to happen. And so they are trying to escape and, run away and defend themselves. And of course, if they end up, the mixed group ends up together, and they've got to kind of either work together or tear themselves apart to save them. That's the gist of it. Now, there's a lot more to that, as you can imagine, but essentially that's it. But I thought, at first, I thought, okay, we've seen this. We've seen this many, many times, whether it's a zombie or actually the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer or something like that. And so, insert any simple zombie movie, add Scream to it, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and you kind of got your mix there of what you're getting. Now, I liked kind of what they did to make it original, because for a majority of the film, it was your run-of-the-mill type movie. That you just take any high school movie and put it with a zombie. It's the same movie, but they did get creative and make it a little bit different, and they kept it short, and I like that aspect. Now, I can't tell you what that means, but there is a little bit of creativity behind all of this. I do feel that there's a lot of course, as you can imagine, unrealistic stuff. Some stuff really stands out. So that was kind of like, really? I mean, what they decided to do and then what they did, I was like, that's the continuity is not there for that. And the ending, so once we find out what's kind of going on, great, love it, but it stretches out. And again, it was only an hour and a half, but it really felt like, okay, this is way too much. They needed something else to fill it. But fun, not fantastic, but fun, slightly creative, and take it for what it's worth. Don't go into it thinking it's going to be the best horror film or dark comedy that you're ever going to see with high school kids. It's good enough. I mean, it's on Epix, so if you have Epix, it's free. It's an Epix original, and I appreciate them putting this together for us. And I thought it was going to be much worse, and it wasn't, like me speaking. So that's it. I want to share a little bit more. It's not going to spoil the movie, but I always have to give warnings ahead of time. So slight spoiler alert. Again, I'm not going to ruin the ending and help you understand what all happened, but I want to talk a little bit more. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. The only thing I want to say is they, at the end, they kind of have some people getting along that didn't get along in the beginning, and that's the purpose of it. That's great. But it's people we don't see, like, I want to understand. I mean, there are people that we see and we understand what's going on, but I want to understand the other characters that they allude to that all magically get along, and we haven't seen them since, like, the opening scene. So that kind of got lost on me. I think if they would have spent less time on that ending that I was talking about, that whole piece, and replaced it with a little bit more character development on, second round characters, just a little bit, I think it might have been a little bit better. These are people that I don't even know anything about, and it's like it's making a big point. So I thought that's where my advice would have been on this one. Yeah, and it would have just made it a little bit better for me. I would have carried it a little bit more, but still, I mean, it wouldn't have made it like an Oscar-winning film. But just some notes, if you will. All right, there you go. That's it. I'm probably at a 5 on this one. Again, not awful, but mindless fun. All right, there you go. That's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.